Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This will be part of what I hope to make a weekly talk on world news and things going on here in America. I was happy to see the news about the Dakota Access Pipeline. It was almost too good to be true. I thought for sure that the local government, especially, was going to crack down, send all the protesters home, make it almost impossible for the protesters to be represented there on the battlefield. The Army Corps ultimately made the decision in favor of the protesters to force that particular company, Energy Transfer Partners, to find an alternate route for the pipeline. Now, according to what I'm reading today, and this is important, I want to include the news articles that I read so that you can read them too, especially in this post-truth world that Donald Trump has helped facilitate. I think it's important now more than ever to hold to facts and investigative journalism to stay on the same page and look at what the truth is. Just quick side note, I don't believe in relative truthism, and I'll be talking on that later on during the week. Now, according to this article that I found, the Army Corps as a whole initially gave the go-ahead to Energy Transfer Partners to make the pipeline. It came down to one secretary speaking on behalf of the Army Corps, Miss Jo Ellen Darcy, that made the final decision to force the Energy Transfer Partners to find the alternate route. Now, the Energy Transfer Partners are still claiming that their pipeline would have been completely safe and that such a move on behalf of the Army Corps, especially that of Jo Ellen Darcy's, was purely political. Now, under the Trump presidency, in the past, it's been stated that there may be a conflict of interest, especially with Trump owning stocks in Energy Transfer Partners. About 2 days ago, December 5th, 2017, Donald Trump sold off his entire stake in Energy Transfer Partners, avoiding the potential conflict of interest a potential conflict of interest in his decision-making process on this issue and issues that are further on down the road. In fact, while we may be celebrating this victory now, Energy Transfer Partners will seek to continue building their pipeline, perhaps by any means necessary. And what that means for the Dakota people, let's see. I would like us all to remain vigilant on the issue. I know some of you may have donated for the water protesters, may have donated for those many veterans who went to go and help the protesters protect their sacred land. Now, there are a lot of videos factually stating that as of right now that land belongs to the United States government, but it didn't always. And this is going to open up a very sore conversation, but I think an important one is how do we all view this land? Do we think that do we believe that it exclusively belongs to the United States government because they took it by force so many years ago, or should homage be paid to a Native American people whose ancestors walked these grounds and tended these fields so long ago? Should not some restitution be made for those crimes? I believe that still to this day there has not been adequate restitution for the crimes against the Native peoples on behalf of the American government. So while the American government may have the tract or deeds to this land, ultimately, depending on your viewpoints, it could be argued that this is all Native land and that the actions taken on behalf of the government and the people we vote in to take these actions, who by our extension are our actions depending on how you vote, how do these affect these Native peoples? How does it affect their future as well as ours as a nation as a whole? I believe it's time to do some soul searching about how we approach such issues. I think there are more people who have not been quite as vociferous on whether or not they support those that are fighting for the Access Pipeline. I know many here in California will be sympathetic, but across the nation there may be those who view the Native people still very disparagingly, just as almost any minority group is viewed with hostility now, particularly under a Trump presidency. So in favor of speaking out and keeping everyone on the same page, I feel it's important now more than ever for us to join in on the discussion of the worth and the value of the Native American people that are still here after hundreds of years of abuse and genocide, still strong enough to stand up against the largest government in the world. Are we going to support them or continue to deny their rights and pretend that the facts of history also don't matter?